Welcome to Nectar Vapes Insights. I'm Buddy Mary and today's video is all about the history of Moroccan hash. If you like this video, don't forget to comment and subscribe to our channel so we can keep bringing you these videos. So Moroccan hash has a long and lustrous history. It's found itself all over the world and smoked by all sorts of people. These days it can be considered one of the top substances found within the cannabis industry. So in this video we're going to talk about hashish, more specifically Moroccan hash, and a little bit about its history. So let's jump into this deliciously aromatic story about hashish. So for those who don't know, let's just quickly go through what hash itself is. So hash is a cannabis concentrate and one of the oldest forms of cannabis concentrate. So cannabis concentrates are obviously more concentrated than traditional cannabis bud. Traditional cannabis bud usually contains around 15 to 20% of THC, whereas some hashish can take anything from 20 to 60% THC. Whew. Hashish is technically part of the cannabis concentrate family, as you're taking the most purest form of the plant, which is those triclones and the lovely crystals, to create something new and more concentrated. Because of how strong hash can be, it's something to be used with respect. Hash comes in a range of colours and styles, from the light to golden brown to the dark green and sticky black tarry substance. It can be sold in blocks or in sausages. Hashish, or hash for short, can be enjoyed by vaping it, by smoking it, by popping it in a bong, using some hot knives, or baking it in a cake for your mum as a surprise. Because of the THC levels in hash, this means that it's usually illegal in most countries where cannabis is also illegal. However, CBD hash is seeing a rise in popularity. In the UK, to be legal, this will have to contain less than 0.2% THC. So how is hash made? Hash is actually one of the oldest and most natural forms of cannabis concentrate. Hashish is made by lightly rubbing dried cannabis plants on a fine mesh or sieve. The sieve filters out the plant matter and leaves you with that fine golden dust that you really want. Once the dust or the triclones are collected, then it's gently heated and pressed together to create hash. Although hash has a high cannabis content, it has its own unique hashy aroma. The high is pure and tends to be a little more in the body. So let's talk more specifically about Moroccan hash. So although there's hash from all over the East, Moroccan seems to be the most popular and the most famous. Moroccan hash is most highly adored in Europe. Morocco has been coined the Mecca of Hash, this due to the fact that they are the largest producers of hashish in North Africa. The reason it's so popular in Europe is down to its light and mild high and those spicy aromatic notes. As other types of hash can properly knock you out, this one's a little bit more chilled, a little bit more manageable. Moroccan hashish is usually a deep greeny brown. Although some hashes can be quite soft, Moroccan hash tends to come in a slightly harder block. The tighter this one's packed, the more flavour it punches. So we've talked about what hashish is, and more specifically about Moroccan hash. Let's have a look at the history of Moroccan hash. Although people think Morocco has been making hash for centuries, they've only been making it as recently as the 20th century. Lebanon and Afghanistan are the original creators of the hashish making method. Thanks to Western travellers moving along the hippie hash trail, they brought their knowledge of hash making to North Africa. It was there they discovered a unique way of sieving the plant matter which revolutionised the cannabis industry and led to them becoming the most popular hash makers. Due to the natural weather conditions in Morocco, it led them to be able to grow the most perfect cannabis to create the best hashish. They don't have the rain to make the buds swell, but they do have the sun to make them extra sticky. Although Morocco didn't start making hash until the 20th century, their cannabis history dates back as far as 665 AD. Morocco may have been growing cannabis from as early as the Arab invasion, with this melting pot of cultures leading to the discovery of Arabian cannabis. So is cannabis legal in Morocco? So due to the high THC level of hash, technically it's illegal in Morocco. So although cannabis is illegal in Morocco, the country has dedicated 220,000 acres to cannabis and making hashish. So the law seems to be as it is in Spain. Don't rub our noses in it and we'll give you a slap on the wrist. So although it's illegal, the government is aware that cannabis is a massive tourist attraction and they do not want to turn that away. They also don't want to waste that time and energy focusing on locals and tourists who use it as long as it's not in excess. So it sounds like if you respect the plant, they'll respect you and your use, which sounds fair enough to me. Good news came in 2021 when the legal situation shifted. The Moroccan court voted in favour of medical cannabis. So now in Morocco, cannabis can be used for medical, cosmetic and industrial purposes. Because it's been legalised for medical purposes and not recreational, hashish is still illegal because of the high THC content. So although hashish is still illegal in Morocco, there's hope for the future as the government are taking steps to champion their own country's cannabis making skills. So for those of you who still haven't tried Moroccan hash or hadn't heard of it before this video, what is all the fuss about? Morocco has been Europe's main source of hash for a very long time, which should tell you what you need to know. As we know with cannabis, it's the people who will govern it, not the government. If they don't like it, they're not going to buy it. With the cannabis industry, it will always be and should always be the consumer that leads where it goes. If it wasn't top shelf, it wouldn't be Europe's favourite cannabis concentrate. Thanks for watching today, and if you've got any questions, please pop them in our comments below. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. And remember, if you like this video, don't forget to comment and subscribe to our channel so you can see us again real soon. And that's all from us at Nectar Insights. I'm Buddy Mary. Thank you and goodbye.